seen a lot of you in here before, but some of you guys are new. I think the second time around for closing out the gym. The classes are getting bigger, which is fun and exciting for us. You're here for high intensity interval training. We've got lots of stuff to do. We're doing 60 seconds of kind of a moderate level strength move, and then we'll do 30 seconds of a higher intensity respiratory move, and then we'll just kind of roll through a bunch of those, and then I've got some fun cardio at the end for you. So let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to do some big arm circles. I'll get you warmed up. We'll go forward. And we'll reverse. Bring it back around. I'm just moving you guys around here. All right. And we're going to start reaching across the body, rotating that spine. And for those of you I haven't seen before, I don't know when I checked everybody in, but you may not have heard this. This is my first day back to exercise, good reaching overhead in a month. So my first day back to you, but also to exercise in general. I did some stretching this morning. I was like, oh no, my body is a little bit stiff. I probably could have been bringing it across the body again. Could have been stretching this whole time, but I was kind of a slacker. Good, bring those arms overhead and alternate toe touches. I always feel a little bit weird without music, but I Zoomed with a friend last night and tried to figure out, good, keep touching those toes. Tried to figure out the audio, and no matter what I did, good, we're gonna open the chest and the quad, heel to tush. Everything I did turned out to not sound right. So I figured no music was better than like choppy or faded music. Good, pull those elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, abs engaged all day today. While in your stance, we're gonna go side to side. Ooh. All right. Let's see. I feel like I have so much to catch you guys up on. So many facts. Just kidding. I only have 2 fun facts today that I can think of off the top of my head. All right. Keeping those feet there. We're going to let the upper body hang. Hips down and up. Lengthening that posterior chain. So you guys are all on mute, but there is a chat feature. And if you need to let me know anything, feel free to pop it in the chat. You can also chat with me privately, so just select my name and you'll get at me. If there are audio issues, good, we're going back overhead. If you can't hear me or anything like that, throw it in the chat. I would hate to do the whole class with no sound. But I think we're good. And across the body. Kind of fun to invite y'all to my own home today. I'm glad. It's a little bit overcast. I don't know where everybody is. I'm in Bloomington. Good, hands overhead, alternate toe touches. And for me and Zoom, that's a good thing because I have a giant window in front of me and I've got these pictures behind me. And in the past, good, we're gonna reach. I don't know, we might have reached already. That's okay, a little extra spinal rotation isn't gonna hurt. We'll just do it a little bit shorter just in case we got double. Good, open, heel to tush. Starting to feel our bodies waking up. Everything is moving a little bit better. But yeah, so if the sun is out, I get a huge glare. Widen that stance side to side. Moving through these moves a little bit quicker this time around. Yeah, you get a big glare from behind me on the picture frames. And so it would just be like a giant flash of light. And then I go the other way and the window like washes out then you just get a shadow. Good, let that upper body hang, hips down and up. Stay in there. All right, I'm gonna have you guys go into a heel tap here. So this move here is gonna be your go-to if there's anything that you can't do, or you're starting to feel uncomfortable, lightheaded, or you just need a quick little break. This is your like home base. So that way we're moving, but you're also not dying, preferably no deaths today. All right, so we're gonna start with our first one. It's gonna be a squat knee to elbow. You'll find that the first move is a little bit more strength, getting those muscles, and then the second move, we're gonna jump right into it. So hands at the temples, your hips slide down and back, weight is in your heels, bringing it down, and then as you stand, knee to elbow across the body. Okay, go ahead and get that started, and I am going to get the timer going, keep it going, little, there we go. I'll put that right here. Perfect. So we've got 1 minute here. You're about 15 seconds in. Okay, keeping your eyes up at the screen towards me, pulling your belly button into the spine, trying to keep those elbows back. I like the hands at the temples here because if you really pull the elbows back, it pretty much just creates good form on the top for you. Don't have to think too much about it. Okay, we want a nice flat back. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come up and crunch. You got 15 seconds left here, and we're going into crisscross jumping jacks. So it's a regular jumping jack, but your hands will be level with your shoulders and we'll cross those arms and legs. Good, let's go. One more. And it's open here, close here. Okay, modification is just a step across the body. Go ahead and get started. Our 30 seconds is on. Those shoulders might talk to you a little bit here. So this is our lower impact option. If you have any injuries, I want you to take that lower impact choice today. And with all of our cardio moves, I'll give you one. 3, 2, good, you've got 30 seconds of recovery before we move on to the next one. You're gonna force me to tell a joke? I don't know, someone asked for a joke. We have a joke requested. You've got 15 seconds left to breathe. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. I don't know, I didn't come prepared with jokes today. I do have a fun fact. We'll start there and then maybe a joke will come up. Before we get going, we're gonna start with a curtsy lunge. So lunging back, bring it together, switch sides, keeping that heel planted. So we're driving through the front heel, bringing the leg across the heel in the back, really pulling from your glute. You should feel the lateral part of your hip and your bum working on these ones. When we're in our strength move, slow and steady is okay. It doesn't have to be quick. Sometimes I get going a little bit quick because I'm chatting but really pulling from that heel in an explosive with a pause is okay. Good, 20 seconds left here and then we'll do a little shuffle move and I'll show you that when we get there. Anything where we're going down today, right? You can see, just don't go down as far if you need a modification. Let's go one more to each side and the other side. And we're gonna go into a shuffle. So it's a side lunge, reaching together into the other side. Together into the other side, and then we're gonna pick it up. Okay, keep it going. Good, 30 seconds of this. Need a little bit of space here. Remember that lower impact choice. Take it if you need it. And let's go one more to each side, other side, and recovery for 30. All right. So I wrote our class out fun fact. I'm all over the place. I was so excited to be here. I missed it. I do this as a hobby, and so it brings me a lot of joy. When I don't get it, I get sad. All right, we're gonna go into, and let's see, we're gonna go into a bear crawl toe touch. So it looks like this. Don't worry, fun fact's coming, I haven't forgotten. You're here, it's like a tabletop position, but just with your knees off the floor. And you're alternating, touching those toes. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me. I will start the clock now. If you need a modification for an injury, we can go against the wall. Okay, so you're here and just reaching for the toes. Okay. The further your feet are out from that wall, the more challenging it'll be. Okay, so fun fact number one, these are all things that I had conversations about this week and resulted in a Google search. So, first thing, nobody I work with has an outie belly button. And so we Googled how many people in the world have outie belly buttons. Approximately 10% of people in the world have an outie. 5 more seconds, we're almost there. And we're gonna go into a frog jump. And there it is. You're gonna bring the hands down and reach overhead. This is our low impact, and you can high impact it here. Whew, my legs are saying hello. So if you have an outie, you are in the top 10% or the only 10% of outie people. Good, almost there. Just a few more, let's go 3, 2, last one. Shake it out, you got 30 seconds. Up next, overhead push-up. I'll show that, but you're taking breaths right now. You get a breather here. But it looks like this. So it's a down dog with the hips up, and you're pressing the top of your head into the floor. So ultimately the move is a shoulder press, right? Same thing with a wall, creating 90 degrees in those hips and pushing out and back. Let's see, the other one was the oldest cat. How old is the oldest cat? Let's go ahead and start those overhead push-ups. Remember, if you need the modification, take the wall. If not, and you get in the middle of this, and you're like, oh gosh, if I do one more, I'm gonna crumble to the top of my head and get hurt. You're just gonna hold it down, dog, okay? And you can really push your hands through the mat to activate those shoulders. Otherwise, we're just pressing overhead. A halfway push, also okay. Options, options, options. Okay, oldest cat. I'm gonna give you a chance to guess in your head how old you think the oldest cat that ever lived was. I was totally off. Well, maybe not totally off, by a decade. So I was off by a decade. In cat years, that's a lot. Whew, big breath in on the way down, exhale up. Let's go 2 more. Push through. And there it is. We are going into, we're gonna do a big jump forward, jump or big step. You're gonna go 2 jacks and then jog it back. So big jumper step, 2 jacks, jog it back. And remember, those jacks can be steps, and then you can step it back. Okay, oldest cat, I'll give it to you. I know you've been dying for this piece of information. It's really important. See, I talk too much and I missed my jog back. Almost there, 10 seconds. The oldest cat that ever lived was 38 years old and 4 months. Good, there's your 30 seconds. You got 30 off. All right, 1, 2. We are 4 through, and I think I had planned 6, and then last minute was like, ooh, this would be a good one, so I added, so we have 7. Might press this for time just a little bit, but use this time to grab a drink of water, towel off if you need to. Big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. I just took a glimpse at a sign. I have a little sign over here that says, "You can cry here." And I thought about how appropriate that was for a group X room. Maybe I'll bring it with me to all my classes when we start in person again at some point. Whew. All right, up next, we are going into a plank move. It looks like this. You're here. We're opening to the side, bringing it back to center, opening to the side. Knees are an option. And then our final option, always the wall. Okay, so what we're looking for here is a straight line from the top of your head down to your heels or to your knees. Hips are tucked up and under. Go ahead and start. Pulling that belly button in, nice and tight. Focusing on shoulder stability. Nice steady breathing. So today's workout, if you want to get a little idea of what our high intensity intervals look like, good, keep it going. You're halfway, 30 seconds. Hanging on to it. You got this. If you need to modify in the middle, that's okay. If you modify and you get rejuvenated, bring it back up. Always want to be doing as much work as we can. Ooh. One more to each side, other side, and bring it up. We're going into mountain climbers. You're not bringing it up. We're keeping it down. Knees in like this. Okay, you can jog through it or same thing. Against the wall, go ahead and start. So we got against the wall, slow. Okay, against the wall, quick. On the floor, slow or quick. You're 15 down, 15 to go. Home stretch, take a big breath, make it through. 5, you got it. 30 seconds off. All right, we're going into tricep dips and then a split jump. So we will be on the floor. I brought a chair with me, I came prepared. This option is here. So I'm gonna show you our easier option is gonna be 90 degrees in the knees, down and up. Legs out, more challenging. Legs out, one leg up, even more challenging. And then for those of you who don't have a chair handy, you're gonna bring those hips up and you're gonna bend here. The idea is we keep those elbows pointed straight behind us, trying to keep them tucked in as tight as you can, as tight as your shoulders will allow. And we're gonna start. There you are, 1 minute on. I already got 30 seconds and I'm dying. Good. Big breaths, inhale down, exhale up. And you're about to see me modify. I'm gonna pause at the bottom and then explode from the bottom. So I'm taking a little bit of time under tension out. So little free space down there because my shoulders are cranky. They're not morning people either. Good, 10 seconds. I'm gonna pump out the last 10 seconds. Big breaths, bringing it through. 3, and recover. Just kidding, don't recover, bring it into your split jump. It looks like this, okay? Here, get started if you can. Modify, step back. Make it harder. You can go here into a full lunge. I'm gonna step back. I got some internal pressure going up. I can feel it coming out my face. So it's always a good idea to really listen to your body. Everybody has different sensitive spaces and different injuries, and pay extra attention. Almost there, 3 to 30 seconds off. For me today, mine's my mouth. I can feel it, which I always say, we don't want to hold our breath because we don't want our eyes to pop out. That's a thing I like to say. And I don't want to hold my breath because I don't want my gums to pop out. I don't know, there's nothing left there to pop out, but we are just listening to our bodies. That's the point of that. So up next, you're not quite there yet. I'm just giving an example. It's going to be push up, or you can go on the knees. We're going to drop at the bottom, lift into a Superman, and then press it back up. So it's down, Superman, up. Feet or knees. If you're against the wall, it's a push up, a stand, and then you're doing the upper body Superman, pulling the backs of those hands away from the wall as you can. Let's get started. Bringing it down, Superman up, and then back into your push-up position. Pausing at the top of that Superman is a good idea. Get a little extra squeeze up there, squeezing the upper back, the shoulders, the glutes, hamstrings. We are looking to get up as high off the floor, pulling the heels and hands to the sky. Almost there. 15 seconds. Probably about 3 more. That's my guess for 15 seconds. Let's see if I'm right. Here's 1 and 2, 3. There it is. It was 14 seconds, but pretty darn close. Now we're going into just a hop up overhead. Okay, modification is a big dip down and reach. Otherwise, we're just, I call these basketball jumps. I don't play basketball, so probably nothing near it, but yeah. You guys know probably by now that I don't play basketball. Every time we do these jumps, I let you know. I'll remind you next time. Don't worry, you got 10 seconds. Hanging on to it. Keep it hopping. And you got it. 30 seconds off. Grabbing water. All right. That was all of the first round. So we've done everything already. We're going to do it again. So you already know what we're doing. You know your modification. We should move through this one pretty quickly. And then we'll see where we're at and see how much time we have for that cardio series. We'll either do half or all of it. I want to make sure we get some good stretching in. So you've got 10 seconds, and we're going back to the first, which is here, our squat knee to elbow modification. Don't go down as far. Go ahead and go. If you're taking mods, you can follow me. So normally I give the modification and I jump into the more challenging move. But today it's opposite. So for anybody who needs to modify, this is the day that we're together. Might be for a while. I am usually not very good about taking things slow when I get back into it. I forget that my brain and my body aren't always cooperative. My brain wants to go, and my body says, well, but it doesn't communicate with me till the next day. Good. Yesterday I went on a walk, kind of somewhere between Minnehaha Falls and downtown Minneapolis, that river walkway. I don't know really where I was. Not near where I live, so I'm always lost. And then we're going into our cross jacks in 3, 2, 1. Higher impact, trying to alternate sides or stepping it out. Good. Bringing it across, left hand on top, then right hand on top, left leg in front, then right leg in front. Woo. Good, keeping those hands up, trying not to let them fall. Shoulders are engaged. Anyway, I found this really cool ice cave. And there it is, 30 seconds off. Up next is our curtsy lunge, and then our side shuffle, side shuffle. But yeah, it was like this little cave thing, but like icicles had grown down. And then there was like a big gap in the middle. So I climbed up in there and sat inside. It was pretty cool. All right. Big breath in through the nose. Roll the shoulders down and back. Pull the abs in tight. Exhale, and we're going into it. Lunging down, back to center. Lunge it down. Wobbly. Modification. Just not as far down. You can even go halfway if you want to. My goal, let's see, maybe I'll start in January. I'm generally not a New Year's resolutioner, but I got a lot going on in December. So it has nothing to do with New Year's and everything to do with timing. I'll say that, but there is a refresher or a renewal about the new year that feels good. Yoga. I need to do more yoga. So I would like to do 1 yoga class a week. I figure I'll start there. 1 is doable. So in January, I'm gonna do 4 yoga classes. If I tell you guys, then I have to be held a little bit accountable. So you guys are my accountability buddies. Good, let's go 1 more to each side. And we're going side lunge. Together, other side. Shuffle it out if you can. Good. All right. We're on the clock for 30 seconds, earning that recovery. So make it bigger or quicker if you can. I'm moving the mat around. That's how you know it's getting good. When the mat ends up in a different space than where you started. Good. Almost there, 5 seconds. And 1, good. 30 seconds off. Next up is our overhead push-up into our big jump, jack, jack, jog it back. Okay, I'm trying to think of a joke. I'm pretty sure the joke that I can remember is the last joke I told you guys, and that's the what do you do when you're cold and angry? So if you've heard it, I'm sorry, but there are probably 6 or 7 more people in here than before, so I can take the glory one more time, right? So bring yourself down into that overhead push-up position or against the wall and get started on those overhead push-ups. Pressing the top of the head into the floor, into the wall, so that your upper body is in an overhead press move, working the delts here. So I don't know if you guys can hear me when I'm not facing you. I'll try and talk back at you. What do you eat when you're cold and angry? A burger. Yeah. I know I duplicated that one, so my apologies for people who had to hear the awful joke more than once. Good, 10 seconds, and we're going into our long jump, jack, jack, jog it back. And there it is. Okay, long jump, jacks, jog it back. Second option, leap, jacks, jog it back. Or big step, step jack, walk it back. Big step, our jacks are not hops, and we walk it back. 10 seconds. Try to keep it explosive if you can. The goal here is to get that heart rate up nice and high. And there it is. 30 seconds off. Whew. Water time. Try to do water on each break. Because I know that I probably get like a quarter cup in each break, maybe even less, because I'm breathing heavy, taking a sip. Up next is our bear crawl toe touch. So we're going to bring it to the floor. You've got 5 seconds to get there. So it's a tabletop, but we lift the knees and we alternate toe touches. When you're ready, get started here. We don't want the butt up too high if we can help it. And if you need to, same thing, touching the toes. Okay, so it's a modification against the wall. You guys are already 15 seconds in. Wonder if I can go sideways. My table's in the way. Kind of. A little crooked. Over halfway. Final 15. Pumping it out, squeezing those abs in tight with each pull to the center. And we're going into a frog jump in 3, 2, bring it down, frog position, hop it up or down and reach. Okay. You got an option. You can do every other one, right? Get a jump in, get a reach in. Over halfway, 10 seconds from here. Heart rate's going up, breathing heavy. You should be near breathless. If you can chat with a person next to you or with whoever is on the other side of the screen, that'd be me. Good, recover. 30 seconds off. All right, we got side to side plank. We are moving through. So after side to side plank, it's mountain climbers. Okay, side to side plank and mountain climbers both can be done on the wall if you need. Hands or knees on the flank. You've got 5 seconds, so bring it down when you're ready. My legs are really sore. Go ahead and go 60 seconds on. Side to side. From dancing, I have a tendency to dance sporadically with my cat. She's actually right in front of, well, behind the computer. So she's behind you, but in front of me, staring out the window. It's her favorite thing to do. Good, abs are tight. Big breathing. Trying to control the breath. 12 seconds. I got a basil plant. Ooh. And staying down, bring it onto the feet or staying against the wall. Mountain climbing, knees in to the chest. I'm gonna go here. Fun fact, well, probably not a fun fact, but you've definitely heard this in other classes. It's a pretty common and important thing. Keeping your head above your heart when your pressure is super increased. It's always like if we're getting on and off the floor from an overhead position, we always want to go slow because moving our head above our heart will change that pressure. Almost there. You're driving those knees nice and quick if you can. 3. And taking your break. Really felt my abs engaged on that one. All the modifications really make you work. Water, towel off. But sometimes it's just a different kind of work. I would say they're lower intensity on the respiratory side, but then your muscles are engaged a little bit more because those moves are intentional. All right, push up, Superman. Let's see how we're doing on time. You've still got a little bit of time to recover. So we've got, timing saved the day for you. That last, here we go, 3 seconds, and we're going down, Superman, up, if you can, on the feet, down, Superman, up, staying there if your body allows. Otherwise, it's a push-up. Got my hands together. Bring it standing, upper body Superman, back into your push-up. That portion of my wall is probably a 4x4 in there. It's thin. It's not an actual wall going around the corner. Good. Nice and slow and steady. Inhale as you lower. Exhale in your Superman, and then press it back up. Inhale. So the difference between the floor and the wall is you're doing your Superman at the bottom of the push-up. In the wall, you're doing it at the top. 15 seconds. And then we are bringing it up into our just hops. B-ball hops. Let's go. One more. Down, super, up, and bringing it up off the floor. Hop, 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 right into it. Bend and reach. Okay. If you're hopping and this feels easy, I want you to bring it down and try to jump a little higher. Okay. Making sure you're absorbing some of that hop at the bottom by bending the legs and catching yourself. This way, never a stiff hop. 5. And there's your 30 seconds. Whew, 30 seconds off. Then we've got our tricep dips, followed by our split jump. And then we'll stretch it out. Whew. All right. Yeah, I'm stumped for jokes. Okay, next weekend I'll have a joke. Let's see. Yep. It's not that you ask for it. That's too much pressure because then all of them leave my brain. You ready? We're going into our tricep dips. So find your chair or the floor. Bring those feet out. It's going down and up. Our timer just fell over. Feet out if you need to. On the floor. I actually really like the floor one. It's probably my favorite, or maybe the most challenging for me, I think, because it does target the shoulders a little bit more. And my triceps they're crampy. I got crampy triceps. Sometimes they just like to seize up occasionally. So this position here is where that seems to happen the least. Keep it going. Just getting our timer back up. By timer, I mean cell phone. Good. 15 seconds left. A few more. We've got one more round of higher intensity move, one more round of breathing heavy, and then we're going into our stretching. So 30 seconds. So you got 5 seconds here. 4, 2, and 1. Bring it up right into it. Split jumps. Okay, step back or hop it out or bring it down. You decide. Feel it out. The entire rug is moving underneath me. 10 seconds. I'm gonna have to rearrange the room after this, and there it is. Take your 30 seconds off, grab some water. We're gonna move into some stretching and cool down. Let's see. Woo. We are gonna be squeezing it in. All right. So we'll just get those main muscle groups going. Take a big breath in. Bring those hands overhead, and as you exhale, flat back, swan dive forward, bringing it into a forward fold. We're gonna take a big breath, half lift, bring your eyes up towards me, and then exhale, roll it back down, tuck the chin into the chest. Taking one leg, stepping it back into a front lunge. Okay. If you want to take it down, you can. If you want to keep it up, you can, depending on how that knee feels. But the idea is that we're pressing this back to hip down. I get those letters mixed up. Not those ones, but in general, I get letters mixed up. But we're going to go back hip down as hard as we can, no matter which position you're in. Still working the same spot. You can always pull this up if you like. Give yourself a little extra lengthen. Good, keep it going. I got a weird pop-up. I don't know what happened. Are you guys still able to see me? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Oh, okay. It disappeared for me, but apparently not for you. You're like in a tiny little box in the corner. Okay, switch sides. Hopefully you already did. That's pretty good for my only technical difficulty. Good, bring those feet together, forward fold for the day, right? First day doing the Zoom from home, and really it was just me panicking. It wasn't an actual technical difficulty, right? Walk those hands to one side, turn the toes out, forward fold into that leg. Bring the toes back towards me, and then lunge down, pulling that other toe up, stretching out the groin, sometimes bringing it up with a flat back and pulling into that. That feels good as long as you feel it on the inside of that lengthened leg. And bringing the toes back down, back to center. I want you to walk your hands as far behind you as you can. Tuck the chin. And half lift, flat back. Turn the other toes out and bring it into your forward fold on that side. Nice big breathing. Bringing those heart rates down. Bring it back to center. And then lunging to that side for your groin stretch. Good. Back to the middle, we're walking those feet together. And you're gonna cross one leg behind in your forward fold and just tuck the chin there. And switch to the other side, other leg behind, forward fold. And bring it back to center. Take a nice big inhale as you roll it up, tucking the chin. As you breathe in, bring those hands overhead. Exhale, drop to one side, reach it over. Big reach and big inhale up. Exhale, big reach to the other side, lengthening the side of that body, pressing the hip out, breathe it up. Elbows down and back, open up the chest and chin. Big breath in. Exhale, release the arms behind, clasp together, open it up, or just press the thumbs together, point them together. Good, big release, hands out in front. Pull the shoulder blades open. Big breath in, bringing those hands overhead, release the arms, 3 roller shoulders, down and back, 3, 2, and 1. Good, leaving with good posture. Thanks for coming. Let's see how we did on time. Perfect timing. We're a minute over, but we did start like a minute late.